everyone and welcome back to my channel, RandomJazz143, and today I come bearing good news. Well, good news for me anyways. I finished a book. I know, applause. I did good. I finished a book. And it didn't take me a whole year to do it, which makes me low-key pretty proud of myself because, I did it. I finished a book. That being said, I know I posted a video where I'm just like, yeah, my plan is to finish all the books in my to-be-read pile by the end of the year. That's not gonna happen. I set the bar way too high, but at the very least, I finished 2 of them. So that's something. That's good, right? I mean, I'll try to go for maybe like a 3rd or a 4th. We'll see what happens. Not gonna lie, all of this makes me really sad because I used to be really, really good at finishing books. Like, I was at the library all the time. Then again, at the time, I had no friends, and all I did was read. So maybe that has something to do with it. But anyways, all the exposition aside, we're gonna just jump right into the review. So today, if you didn't read the title, I'm going to be reviewing the book Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer, plus 20% off Target sticker. I tried taking it off, like just peeling it off, but honestly, it's kind of stuck on there, and I don't want to rip it off because then all the weird residue is going to be on there. So for now, it just lives there. Anyways, if you didn't know what Midnight Sun is about, it's pretty much Twilight, but from Edward's point of view, which is an interesting concept. Honestly, when this book was supposed to come out, whenever that was, like, not this book, but like, I know Stephanie Meyer was supposed to release it several years back, but then it got like leaked online. I don't remember when that was. I'll put a date somewhere, but that's when it was supposed to come out, or around that time. When that was released, or that was going to be a thing, not gonna lie, I was not super happy that it was going to be a thing, just because at the time she had already finished all of the Twilight books. She wrote the short story, the short second life of Bree Tanner, I think that's what it's called. Correct me if I'm wrong, editing Jasmine. And then she also wrote a Twilight type book, but like the roles were reversed. It was like the dude was the human and the girl was the vampire. I didn't end up actually reading that, but if anybody has and it's good, just let me know. I'll check it out. But at the time, I was just like, really, another Twilight type book? Really? Another one?
Another one.
Really? And I just wasn't super into it because I'm like, well, but you've already written so many Twilight books. And I had also read The Host, which is also by Stephanie Meyer, and I was just like, I want more books like that, like different. I don't want to hear more about Twilight. I'm good. I've gotten my fill. And I was a big Twilight fan back then, and I still am a pretty big Twilight fan. Maybe not as much as when I was like in middle school, but I still do enjoy Twilight and the books and the movies and all that good stuff. I had so much merch. I forced my family to go to Burger King. Was it Burger King that had the like Twilight like toys in the Happy Meal? I forced them to get these things. And I used to be kind of obsessed. But yeah, back then I just wasn't really a big fan of the concept because I'm like, okay, I'm kind of all Twilighted out. Like, come on, Stephanie Meyer, you gotta have something. But like now it's been several years. The book came out fully, not leaked. I don't know what's changed because I didn't read the leaked version. If there were, I'm gonna assume there were changes, but I don't know what they are. I think I attempted to read it, but I just didn't. I know I tried, but I don't think I ever finished it, and I don't really even think I got that far, like maybe a couple of pages. But at this point, I can't remember, so as far as changes go, I don't know what those look like. Anyways, I got the book because at this point it's more of like a nostalgia type thing. I don't know, Twilight just holds a very special place in my heart at this point, so I was like, heck yeah, let's read it, let's go for it. So yeah, if you don't know what the book is about, or if you don't know what Twilight is about, honestly, I don't understand how that can happen. It's a pretty big book series. It's also a movie as well, a movie series that was pretty ginormous, like culturally, if I'm being honest. Like everyone was kind of obsessed with it back in the day. But if you don't know what it's about a girl named Bella Swan who moves from Arizona to Washington, Oregon. I don't know, a rainy state of
It's
some
Washington,
sort.
you big dummy.
But
Why are you
forks.
like this?
I think it's Washington. I'll figure it out after I'm editing this video. God, I have such terrible memory. But anyways, she moves from Arizona to Forks to go live with her dad because her mom is going off with her new husband to do baseball stuff. Not that like Bella is angry at her mom for doing those things, but she's like, yeah, no, it's fine. You go do your baseball stuff with your new husband. I'll go hang out with dad. And she goes there, and of course, within small towns, everyone's just super obsessed with the new girl. And she makes all sorts of friends. But also, the thing about Bella is she just becomes this really big, unfortunate magnet. Like, she just attracts all sorts of unfortunate circumstances, including car crashes, being stalked by creepy men, and of course, bloodthirsty vampires. Yeah, good times. Anyways, one of these said bloodthirsty vampires falls in love with her. And bada bing, bada boom, they have a bunch of misadventures. I'm not going to get too into it, just because, well, it's Twilight. If you don't know, how? Anyways, take all that and put it from the vampire Edward's point of view. So really, we get to see a lot more of his feelings and a lot more backstory. Like, I learned that he had left at one point in time. Like, I thought, I didn't really understand it with Twilight, but like at some point in time he did leave and contemplated just staying gone forever because he, had not had feelings for Bella at the time, but wanted to kill her because her blood smelled like really great. Another unfortunate circumstance that she just seems to attract. But yeah, I learned that. It's a lot more, it's different. Also, the biggest thing for me is that I hadn't read the Twilight novels in a while, but I had recently rewatched the Twilight movies. And comparing the novels to the movies, I'm like, wow, this is a lot better paced than the movies. Well, okay, at least the first movie anyways. The first movie is very like awkward and like a lot of the things just seem to happen a little too quickly compared to the novel, and it just makes it a lot more sense and a lot less cringy in my opinion, because the movies are a little cringe. I love them, but I will admit that they're a little bit on the cringy side. But upon reading the books, it's like, okay, it makes more sense. It's not as quickly as it appears within the movie. It's nice. It's a nice refresher. The other weird thing though is like after reading this book, but like after seeing all the movies, it's just like, I don't know, my imagination did a lot less work because now I just have this image of what the characters look like, what the setting looks like. All that's changing is like maybe like some of the like internal dialogue that's been added, so that's a little interesting. Like when I had first read the Twilight books, I had different perceptions of the characters because there was no movie. There was nothing like that. But now I'm just like, now I can't read this book without picturing Robert Pattinson being like, blah, 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 Bella, I love you, blah, blah, all that good stuff. But yeah, it's interesting to go back and read after the movies have come out. Just because I don't know, I can't even remember what I thought Edward used to look like back then, like in my imagination. So yeah, it's an interesting tidbit that I thought I would add. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed the book. It was a nice nostalgia trip. As far as stars, I would give it, I don't know, like an 8 out of 10. It's not anything groundbreaking to me at this point, but I did enjoy it quite a bit. Maybe a 7. A 7. Like, it was a good book. It was a fun little read, but it wasn't anything, like, super groundbreaking. And to be honest, at this point, I still think Edward is a bit of a cringy character, in just the way that he acts. I don't know what it is about him living for centuries and still being a bit of a prude. I don't get it. But that's fine. I don't know, it's just interesting to hear things from his side of the story. Because, like, Bella, I feel like Bella's point of view was just a little bit more like love struck and just like, I don't know, interesting. I don't know how to describe it exactly. But like Bella was just like Edward is also in love with Bella, but he's a lot more rational about it than she is. She's very irrational in some of her thinking. So it's nice to have like Edward like, to be rational. Also, I really like hearing more about the siblings, like Rosalie and Alice and Jasper and such. Not that they're actually siblings, but like, Um, I kind of wish I could know more about like Alice and Jasper and their story. I know Jasper is a very controversial character at this point because of was, what he used to be. But honestly, I still think Jasper's my favorite. And I think his power is really cool. And I wish we could have gotten like a story about Alice and Jasper. Like if I could have a story about Alice and Jasper rather than the retelling of Twilight in Edward's point of view, I would take that. Not that this was bad, but like, I don't know, I would like to know about other characters. Like it's nice that I got to see a little bit more of a peek into them, but I would like a full-on story about that. Like after reading this, I'm just like, yes, more of that. Also, this just makes me hate Jessica even more. Like, it's interesting because Edward, his little superpower is that he can he can read everybody's minds except for Bella's. So it's very interesting to actually hear all of the characters' thoughts because you can't in the Twilight book itself because, well, obviously Bella's just a regular human. She can't read people's thoughts. So it's very interesting to hear everybody's like thoughts, especially on Bella. Also, I really hate Mike. Both Jessica and Mike. I hate the two of them. Mike is nasty. I hate that guy. And Jessica's just mean. She's just one of those small town mean girls that's like, oh, somebody new? No. Like, she's definitely one of those super fake friends that, like, will be nice to your face, but also talk so much crap behind your back. It's not even funny. But yeah, it definitely makes me hate those two characters more. Because I don't know, I didn't really like Jessica. I didn't have any thoughts on Jessica, like movie Jessica. And I honestly can't really remember what I thought about Jessica from the books, but I feel like I didn't like her very much either. But this just solidifies it. She's so mean. Like, all of her thoughts are just insanely jealous of Bella. And I'm like, girl, get over yourself. But also, I really hate Mike. I didn't think Mike was that bad of a character in the books or the movies. But, like, upon hearing all of his nasty thoughts about Bella, yeah, I don't like him. He's icky. But yeah, overall, it was really interesting and nice to go back and, like, reread and just relearn about all the characters that I used to love as a small middle school child who just desperately wanted to be Bella. I desperately wanted to be Bella back in the day. I mean, I still kind of do. It'd be kind of nice to just, just be Bella and just have hot vampires fawning all over you. Anyways, that was a bit unnecessary. But yeah, overall, I'd give it a 7. It's not anything super crazy. It's a pretty easy read. I say easy, but it took me forever to read. But that's just on me. Like, honestly, you could probably... If you had the time, you could probably bust out this book within like a week. But honestly, it's pretty good. Like, the pacing was nice, and it's just nice to return to all these old characters. And like I said, it's really cool to like learn more about the Cullen family. Like, you get to hear a lot of like snippets about like what happened, what basically happened to Alice, because no one really knows anything about her. Not that we learned too terribly much more about her, but we learn at least a little. And we get to know more about, like, the backstory of how the family was formed, and it's interesting. It's a lot more in-depth. It's like taking the movie, but producing 2 separate books. Because, like, in the movie, like, in most movies and TV shows, you get to see, like, points of view from everybody. Because it'd just be a little, not awkward, but, like, a little weird if you just saw one person's point of view just throughout the entire movie. And or book, or not book, or, like, TV series. So, yeah, it's interesting. I've said that word like 10 times. Anyways, that's gonna about wrap it up for this. Hopefully it was okay-ish. I don't know anymore. I've been talking. I've refilmed this video like 7 times at this point. Then again, it's been a hot minute since I filmed a talking video, so I don't really know how to do that anymore. Anyways, share your thoughts and opinions on this book down below in the comments if you've also read it. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I'd like to talk to other Twilight fans, or haters, whichever. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more book reviews from me, there is a playlist. It's not a good playlist, but there's a playlist of other book reviews. If you want to see more of my face, you should hit that subscribe button. I am planning on making more content. I hope that's the plan. I'm really gonna try. I'm gonna try and make more content. But if I don't, then, you know, follow me on my other social media. I'm really active on TikTok. That's where I do all my cosplay stuff. And I go live. I go live on TikTok, just whenever I can. I go live on TikTok whenever I can as well. So yeah, that is basically it for this video. I'm gonna get going now, so bye guys!